So I saw this quote and I wanted to address it. It says, contrary to popular myth, abusers do not suffer from anger management problems. They manage their anger just fine whenever there are witnesses. Now, I agree with this wholeheartedly, especially when it comes to toxic relationships, because they tend to be toxic just at home, right? They're not toxic in front of other people. If they were, your abuser would have been found out years ago, right? And you would have tremendous support in not tolerating it. So oftentimes what develops after someone who has been in a relationship with somebody who's angry like this, they develop complex PTSD. And traditional therapy would say it requires medication for the anxiety, of course, and not to mention, years of therapy, and really just to be able to manage the symptoms, right? The triggers. And those are very real situations, very real trauma. I'm not suggesting otherwise. What I would say is that if we sort of go a level deeper, right, sort of flip the narrative on its head, in that instead of addressing the triggering situations, we address what's causing the anxiety to begin with, right? To go underneath it all and get to the root cause of the anxiety itself. Subconscious work, people call it shadow work sometimes, but the ability to get there to that root cause allows me to help my clients within weeks instead of months and months and months and months and sometimes years. So they're no longer suffering, allowing them the freedom to choose how they handle different situations, so that when they do get in front of a person who's not wounded and they are looking for a relationship going forward, they can attract those great people. And when they are in front of those great people, the normal everyday interactions that you have with a partner are no longer triggering, right? So you don't show up as a wounded version of yourself. You show up as a person who could handle real life and those strange situations that only really bother you because you have been trained by your toxic relationship and your abuser to overreact a lot of times, or underreact occasionally, will just disappear. And so you can be with your wonderful partner, with your friends and family, and not be continually triggered by daily life and be in these wonderful healing relationships. So I offer that as just a thought, that if you address the underlying cause, the root cause, right, get to it, then you don't have to worry about spending the rest of your life in therapy because you're in a toxic relationship. Just a thought.